Well, guys, 9 days to go till Manchester United take on Fulham in our first Premier League game of the season. And it feels like every Manchester United fan is asking themselves the same question. Are INEOS ready? Are Manchester United ready? And most importantly, are you ready for the season to kick off in 9 days? It's been quite a short summit, it feels like, with the Euros going on and the constant transfer rumours. But Manchester United are kicking off the season so soon. Let me know, are you ready to be back? Do you think Manchester United are ready to take on Fulham? Let me know down below. Good morning, WY. Hope you're doing well, mate. Finally back, I know. It's been a while, but I'm back. And we have a monster of a stream to get into today. So much news, so much to talk about. Sander Berge being a main topic of conversation, as well as Yusuf Fofana. Got so much to talk about, guys. Who else? Zubimendi, his name being thrown out there. Adrien Rabiot, Frenkie de Jong, PTSD for everybody. Well, we're talking about him as well. Good morning, Adam. Hope you're doing well, mate. Mr. Sandman brought me a dream. Sander Berge. I mean, who knows? The 26th Norwegian international. Will we be seeing him hold up a United shirt come the end of August? Give it one more second for some people to filter through and we'll get right into the stream. So we are back. Yes, we are, my friend. We are back on the MPB morning show. Took a bit of a break, went away for a little bit, but I'm back and ready and raring to go. Shall we get into it? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB morning show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talks All, and the road to the start of the Premier League season is running out. 9 days to go till Manchester United take on Fulham in the Premier League. But our route to improving or even maintaining our Premier League squad is becoming more and more complicated and confusing with midfield mania. Who will be our next midfield signing now that Manuel Ugarte appears out of our reach and Wan-Bissaka has seemingly thrown a spanner into the works and is making a spanner out of quite a few Manchester United fans. Good morning, Alex King. Good morning, everyone else joining the stream. I hope we're all doing well. Lots to be talking about today. If you're excited for the stream to start and get into all of the action, then please hit the like button and get involved in the chat down below. It is a family, it is a community here on the MPB morning show. Show your support in the comments down below. But as I'm assuming you're guessing, and I'm assuming you've seen, Duncan Castles broke the news just under a week ago that Manchester United had begun to look at alternatives to Manuel Ugarte. Martin Zubimendi is an option, but he has a high release clause. PSV's Joey Veerman is a player being looked at. Discussions have taken place with free agent Adrien Rabiot. Sander Berge is also an option being discussed. He will almost certainly leave Burnley this summer. Chat. Duncan Castles, a man who is Jorge Mendes' mouthpiece. I think that's all very well known. He is a phenomenal journalist for Jorge Mendes' clients. No one comes close. And he got a huge scoop on the Manchester United news here. He beat everyone, including David Ornstein, by 4 whole days. That's so impressive. That's so impressive. Some people say he guessed, he didn't guess. Duncan Castles never guesses with Jorge Mendes' clients. He deserves all the praise, all the props for reporting this. And already, chat, how do you feel? Manuel Ugarte is no longer an option. How are we feeling about that? The 60 million euro price tag put us off. Are we happy? Are we sad about that? Are you intrigued to look at other options? There's over 40 of you in the stream right now. I want to hear all your thoughts, all your opinions down below. How are we feeling about the lack of Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United? Let me know. Let me know. And there's some options here. David Ornstein sort of goes along the same lines. He confirms it. The nail in the coffin. We already sort of knew it, but Orney made it official. Man United switch midfielder search away from Manuel Ugarte and onto other options. MUFC don't intend to sell and don't intend to meet €60 million fee, plus will only revisit if PSG price drops. No progress yet. Talks cooled, plus... pardon me, exploring other top targets for the right deal. Chat, that's huge. Chat, that's huge. But let's break this report down. Gives us a little bit more to talk about other than names to really get a feeling of what Manchester United are trying to do. So, first of all, don't intend to meet €60 million fee. Will only revisit if PSG price drops. That's really important. It's the same source of wording as we used for Jared Branthwaite. Remember that? We weren't willing to meet the price tag and our interest has cooled. It's not stopped completely. It's not like we're going, no, we're not coming back to this at all. No PSG. We don't want Ugarte whatsoever. You can take him and go shop him elsewhere. No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. We're saying, look, We'll go elsewhere, can have a little look. If you want to sell him to us, come talk to us. Come talk to us. But your price better be lower. We're not cancelling him out at all yet. Not cancelling him out at all. And the other important part of this report, which I think sheds a lot of light on where we're going next in this window with our midfielders, is the last bit. Plus exploring other top targets for the right deal. Chat, that's a huge word there. That's a huge word. The right deal is so important. It doesn't mean the best player on the market, because that, in United's opinion, is Manuel Ugarte. Right to me implies smart. Right to me implies clever, innovative, outside the box. We're thinking a bit rogue here. Christopher Vivell, someone we brought in just for this window, will hopefully be used to find us that player who will be the right player for us this window. That's the important part. You're not going to see a big name. You're not going to see a Martin Zubimendi be brought in, I don't think. You're not going to see a Manuel Ugarte, a Tchouaméni, I know, pipe dreams. You're not going to see those players. It's going to be market opportunities, astute signings. Signings that maybe a Chelsea, a City, and Arsenal wouldn't make right now, but they would have made at the beginning of their projects 4 or 5 years ago. Arsenal signed Tomiyasu. Players like that, players that fit that mould for a bit. A Trossard-esque signing. Those are the signings which is going to be made in the midfield position. But let's see what you lot are saying first. Let's see what you lot are saying. Not looking forward to playing City. They'll be out for revenge. Yeah, but who won the FA Cup? Who won the FA Cup? To me, I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on the Community Shield. If we get battered, we get battered. To me, I'm looking for a good, solid performance where, you know what, we show progression. We show a willingness to get them at the ball. We each played a very counter-attacking style in the FA Cup final. And I expect the same thing to happen again. I expect the same thing. That's not a very attractive image, is it? Really isn't. Are we back? I think we're back. Thank God. Sorry, chat. I think I had a very unattractive image of me there for a second. That's really rather unfortunate. Didn't Castles tell us Erik ten Hag is gone regardless? A lot of people thought that. A lot of people thought that. We're getting Berge, Berge. Yes, maybe. I think so. Berge is not a bad shout at all for £15 million. Not £15, Bazinga, mate. But 15 million. Yeah, that works. I'm only worried about the Wan-Bissaka deal. I don't want Dumfries. God, you lot have got opinions this morning, don't you? Good morning, Jithian. Hope you're doing well, mate. Lamau Sean, if we play Collier, will we be relegated? I disagree with that. I disagree. Adam Calvert says, I'd rather have Yusuf Fofana as he is young and Sander Berge has always had relegation tattooed on his forehead. Sheffield United and Burnley. You know what? Let's talk about Sander Berge because he, to me, is the main man at the moment in the media. I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes, but he's one of the main men being pushed forward in the media. Sander Berge, the former Burnley, Sheffield United midfielder, a man known for being quite a simple player. Keeps the ball a lot, really nice technician, recycles the ball really well. Decent off the ball, nothing too fancy. That is Sander Berge. That is Sander Berge. He's not flashy. He's not flashy, but he's a perfect role player. A player we haven't had for quite a long time. A workhorse off the ball. I think he's just very safe. I think the word is very, very safe. Manuel Ugarte is a safe player, but I think Berge just has that calmness about him, that composure. He's so press resistant. He keeps the ball really easily, and that to me is a really valuable asset, and I see why United are looking at him. But we'll get into sort of the intricacies about him a little bit later. Let's talk about how viable it is at the moment from a transfer perspective. So let's find it, shall we? Pardon me. The Athletic first linked him to us. Remember, The Athletic, a really good British source, really good United source. They're very closely linked to the club. This is a club source pushing this out. Burping a lot of stage chat. I'm really sorry. Sander Berge is under consideration at Manchester United and club officials have made contact with his camp. Burnley are prepared to sell. So that's really interesting. That's really interesting. First of all, it solidifies it. A lot of the other reports come out from English sources, also from French sources and everywhere, have grouped players together. Sander Berge is one of the few to come out on his own and be pushed by a major source on his own. That to me signals United's intent. He is high up on their list. He is high up on their list. He goes on, and also the last bit, Burnley are prepared to sell. The wording is really interesting. In a report like this, they're not going to say, we're really keen to sell. Not through a club source, not through The Athletic. That makes them seem needy. That makes them seem like they want to sell. But prepared to sell, it's a low ball essentially. Saying, look, we don't want to sell. We don't want to sell, but if we have to, we will. Which translates to, yeah, They want him out. They've been relegated. He's a player who is far too good for the Championship. They need and want to move him on, and United are looking to do that. Remember, Duncan Castle said earlier in his blockbuster report, he said, Sander Berge is also an option being discussed. He will almost certainly leave Burnley this summer. Again, key thing there, he will almost certainly leave Burnley. It's not an if, it's a when. Sander Berge will not be staying at Burnley this summer, going to the Championship. He will be leaving. We should protest if they buy Berge. Good luck. You lot are not happy at all. Arsenal were linked with him before. He's a top player. He's a top player. Well, no, I lie. He's not a top player. He's a good player. He's a good squad player who has a role to play in a top Premier League side. He is certainly no Martin Odegaard. If we are comparing Sander Berge to Martin Odegaard, chat, get out your arse. Get out your arse. That is a ludicrous statement to make. It's not Burnley who want to sell. It's Berge who wants to leave. Yeah, that's true. But both things are sort of true. They don't want an unhappy player around the camp. They want him out. Alex, yeah, I don't know why Anton Stack isn't on the list. He's a great option. I mean, look, chat, let me know right now. There's over 70 of you in the stream right now. Let's see if I can get 25 names. Who's a player who hasn't been linked to United or haven't mentioned yet who you would want United to pursue in the midfield position? It could be Frenkie de Jong. It could be Anton Stack. It could be someone different entirely. Let me know who your rogue midfield signing would be while I discuss more Sander Berge news. Let's see. We got some more. Let's got some stuff today as well. Again, Sky Sports News came out to say he is on the list. Manchester United are doing work on a number of midfielders, including Youssouf Afana, Martin Zubimendi, Sofian Amrabat, and Sander Berge. He is, again, we've been linked to him consistently. Again, Simon Jones also linked him to United. He is on the list according to him. Let me find the report exactly. Let me find the exact report. Don't want to misquote anyone here. Here we go. United have made initial contact over a deal for Monaco's Youssouf Afana, who is also a target for AC Milan. Sander Berge and Ricardo Rios are also among those appreciated by United. It keeps on stacking up. Telegraph Ducker again mentions him, saying he's one of the different midfield targets, including Sander Berge, Richard Rios, and Martin Zubimendi, or could even bring back Sofian Amrabat after balking at PSG's asking price for Manuel Ugarte. Chat, it's another name. It's another name who's quoting him. Telegraph Ducker, great source, a club source. Again, all these club sources have got one name in common, Sander Berge. There's some misconceptions. Sometimes Martin Zubimendi is mentioned. Sometimes Sofian Amrabat is mentioned. Ricardo Rios is popping up more and more, even though to my knowledge, he's not really mentioned that much. But he's constantly being said in the media as a name to watch. And he's someone I'd be keeping an eye on a lot. Pepelu, Sajithian Joseph, Redondo says, Sean, got herself first right to sign. You're exactly right, my friend. Cubis says, Pepelu, Redondo, Stack. Anton Stack says, Tyrell. Was the Frenkie thing real? Mate, stick about. We have so much to discuss today. Frenkie de Jong is being spoken about a great deal. Martin Zubimendi, a big name on the channel. Someone who you lot adore, will be spoken about as well. Adrien Wan-Bissaka's deal, is it off? Is it on? Who knows? We're talking about him later as well. If you're excited for all that, please hit the like button and smash the subscribe button as well. We're looking to grow this channel as much as possible now that I'm back, now that I'm here, hopefully daily on the MPB morning show every day at 11 a.m. Mohammed, mate, if you don't mind, can you not spam? Can you not spam? I'll see it. Trust me, mate. Trust me. Hey, Ridge, how you doing, pal? You doing well? You doing well? Kante low, you know what, Alex? No, I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea. But you know what? I can see it happening. What is going on, says David T? We are looking at every midfielder. Looking at every midfielder. And you know what? Before I get into every other midfield target, and I'm going to rate them all on a F to A plus scale on how likely I think they are to be coming to Manchester United this summer. But before I do that, let me make this really clear. There's not one target in particular that is standing out to United. At the moment, we have a huge list. We briefed to the world, Manuel Ugarte is no longer an option. Every club has seen this, by the way, and they've gone, I love the sound of this. Manchester United want to sell a player. This is great news. No, they want to buy a player. They can't get Ugarte. Let's offer them every player in the world. And half of these names are going to be a result of that. Players like Adrien Rabiot is an obvious one. He is always linked to Manchester United. He would have been offered again. But also Fofana could have been offered out by his representatives. People like Zubimendi, again, that wouldn't surprise me as well. Look, names are being offered out. Let's see what happens. Nothing is too concrete yet, but I'll give my thoughts and opinions where I think it's going to go. And chat, get involved with me. Get involved. Like the stream. It's free. It is free. It's always free to like the stream. We're aiming for 30 likes today. We're 14 likes away from hitting the 30 likes. Show your support if possible, chat. I know the Wan-Bissaka deal. I know, mate. I know. Give me a bit. I'll get onto it. But talking about the Sander Berge deal, chat, I think he'll be sold for around £15 million, 10, £15 million. First impressions, rate that out of 10. Rate that price out of 10. Do you like the deal? Do you think it's worthwhile? Do you think that's even an overpay for, in some people's opinions, relegation fodder? Someone said, Adam Calvert said, he has relegation tattooed on his forehead. Is that fair? And is that man worth £15 million? To me, absolutely he is. Absolutely. Press resistant, great with the ball at his feet, can move the ball about. He's not biased in his angles. He can receive the ball with his back to goal, receive the ball in the half turn. He can contribute in the final third. That is Sander Berge to a team. You know what? I like that about him. I think it's quite valuable. He is a profile that we don't have, and it's a safe ball player. You know, I quite like that. For £10-15 million alongside another midfield signing, it makes a lot of sense. What's the news on Rios? Prince, my friend, I don't really know. I'll talk about Rios in a second because he's a name that confuses me a lot, but I'm not too sure yet. Agents will be throwing midfielders at us. Oh, mate, you don't even understand. I saw a report from, I think Ben Jacobs gets a lot of agent news. He put out news saying Edison, Andre, João Gomez are all being quoted at us. Chat, I'd be really careful around those rumours. That's all agent talk at the moment. Until something solidifies there, so actual talks happen, and not just, oh, this player is on the market, you can sign it for X price. Stay quite far away from it for me. I'd be careful. I don't mind him as long as we get Rabiot as well. Berge and Rabiot, no. Not a chance. Not a chance. Cuba says for £10 million, 7 out of 10. For £15 million, 6 out of 10. To me, it's 8 out of 10 deal. It's a good price. It's a good price. Dan Mazungu comes in and says, it's all about profiles. He is not a star name, but he could be a diamond in the rough. You know what? Star names and all of that, I'll be talking about very, very soon, because some people on the United fan base are starting to piss me off a little bit. It's getting a little bit troublesome in the United banks and this obsession with big names and sort of discrediting INEOS, but we'll get onto that soon. Berge reeks desperation. No, Berge reeks intelligence. Astuteness, it indicates nous to me. You don't make those sort of deals being a novice. On paper, he looks excellent. Looking at the stats, he looks good. He keeps the ball. He passes the eye test. He's good off the ball. Desperation would be going out and buying a Casemiro, a Kante. That is desperation. Going back to Frenkie de Jong, a player who doesn't fit our team at all, that is desperation. Sander Berge, although he may not be a long-term starter, he is a smart deal. He fits our team. Whether you like it or not, he fits our team. He's not a flashy name, but he fits the side. The transfer erupts like a volcano, lol. What do you mean by that, mate? What do you mean? How old is Berge? He's 26, my friend. 26 Norwegian international. Yeah, that's what he is. Sander Berge isn't good on the turn. That's why he's always safe during build-up. You can watch Jack Fawcett's video on Sander Berge. You know what? No, Jack's great. Jack's great. From my limited knowledge of Sander Berge and from what I've watched of him, he can turn on the half turn. That's not really his job. He likes to recycle the ball. He likes to keep the ball. And the one issue with Sander Berge is, and the one thing he might fit the team even more, where Erik ten Hag might have asked for him, is because it makes a lot of sense in what we're trying to do. Look at the way we build up. The entire time last season, all of the build-up emphasis in the first phase of play was on the back line. Diogo Dalot, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire, Andre Onana had a lot of the ball. They were almost bypassing the number sixes, the double pivot, the single pivot. Always bypassing, getting straight onto the wings, straight to Bruno, straight to Mason Mount, straight to Ahmad coming in, straight to Anthony coming in, straight to Garnacho, straight to Højlund coming deep. It very rarely went straight through the midfield. Therefore, it sort of makes sense for United to be going after a player who at the moment is not capable of dictating play. Erik ten Hag, in my opinion, wants the back line to be the main instigator of progression. He wants to limit the midfield's usage of the ball. It's what he wants to do, especially when we're being pressed. He wants to bypass it by just doing balls over the top or just breaking the line, breaking two phases of play, getting it straight to the attacking midfielders, to the forwards. That's what Erik ten Hag wants to do. That is his end goal. And Sander Berge being a player who is happy to do that, keep the ball, offload it to Dallots, to the Sandro Martinez's, to the Luke Shaws, to the Lenny Yoros, that makes a lot of sense to me. And it makes it seem like, you know what? It does make sense. He's not the most progressive player in the world, but does Erik ten Hag want that? Look, it's a theory, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Hujan, hi Alex, it's good to see you back. It's good to be back, mate. I missed you lot. I missed you lot a lot. I missed you lot. Do a poll? Do a poll? Maybe, mate. We'll do. When I get some more players, I'll do a poll. All of this is cope. He is mediocre. It's not cope. It's trusting the football people. That's what it is. I'm trying to see what they're seeing. That's my goal. Trying to see. Rios is a €100 million release clause. We can't even pay Ugarte 60 exactly. I was told that Rios is not going anywhere this summer unless we pay the release clause. And we don't have that sort of money. We don't have the sort of money. But you know what? Before doing a poll, I want to ask your opinions. Sander Berge, £15 million. We've spoken about him in great depth here on this channel in the last 20 minutes or so. I want to hear your opinions. Yes or no? Everyone get involved. Let's boost the algorithm. Let's get as many comments as possible. Sander Berge, yes or no? And if you say yes, tell me the fee you'd pay for him. If you say no, tell me why not. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your reasonings. I will get to all of you in a second. Is Berge anything like Declan Rice? No, mate. No, Declan Rice is an anomaly. He's one of the best sixes in world football, one of the best eights in world football. You don't get a player just like him. You don't get that. You don't get that. United is far much better than Sander, Fofana, Ugarte and Amrabat. For our starting players, yes. For our number sixes, I don't think so. Not yet, at least. Not yet. But shall we talk about another player who's always been sort of linked to United in the form of Adrien Rabiot, chat? Shall we speak about him? Fabrizio Romano made the report saying United have been offered the chance to sign Adrien Rabiot this summer. Nothing is advanced at this point. United are focused on Ugarte. Rabiot wants a salary of more than €7 million net per season. While you're giving me your opinions on Sander Berge, let me just do a rundown of this report. Also, reports come out saying, look, United are interested in Adrien Rabiot. We've been advanced at points. He's chosen Liverpool. No, he's chosen us over Liverpool. We've been hearing those stories for a while. Fabrizio Romano here debunks all of that. All kosher, all lies. Fab says, you know what, no. He's been offered again, most likely in the wake of the news that Manuel Ugarte will not be coming to United at this very moment in time. And essentially what it is he's been offered to us. It's simply it. It's quite a boring analysis of it, but that's all it is. Adrien Rabiot is a man who some people in here are saying, you know what, no, he is someone we want. He is a good squad player. And you know what? He is. He's a big, strong, physical powerhouse. He can cover ground. He raises the physical floor of the team. He's a great box defender. He'll be great in both our box and the opposition's box. He will help our physicality. He's decent on the ball. Nothing flashy, but he can drive with the ball as well. I don't hate the idea of Adrien Rabiot. The reality of it is a bit scary. €7 million net per season. Don't love it, chat. I don't love it, to be honest. I think it's quite a lot. I see Rabiot being having a B+ chance of signing for Manchester United if we sell Christian Eriksen. He's been quoted to go for €5 to €10 million to maybe Ajax. If we get that price, get his wages off the books, I could see United sanctioning a move for Adrien Rabiot. That makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. It makes a lot of sense. But until that happens, I don't see Adrien Rabiot coming anywhere near the club, which is why talks haven't advanced at all. Cash in on Frenkie. Maybe he'll change his mind now. So you got Frenkie de Jong in a second. But to me, Adrien Rabiot, B+ chance of signing for Manchester United if we sell Christian Eriksen. If we sell Scott, I don't want us to replace him with Rabiot. To me, they're very different players. They're both quite tall, but apart from that, Adrian's profile is nowhere near that of Scott McTominay's. That's just my feeling. That's just my feeling. Think we just need to trust INEOS in regards to Berge. They wouldn't sign him unless doing a thorough data stats review. I agree with you, mate. And that's why any signing INEOS bring in, I'm going to back. I'm always going to back, no matter what. No matter what. I have to trust INEOS, because what are we doing then? Just going at INEOS now after they have no track record? Be positive, chat. Be positive. Yeah, people are saying 25 million for Berge. No, that is bargaining. No, we can get that price down quite easily. 50 million pounds. That makes sense. That makes sense. I really don't like Rabiot for United. Anyway, I agree with you, mate. I agree. I think it's rated a little bit too much for just a squad player. For a squad player, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But the next player we're going to be talking about, the player just mentioned, is Frenkie de Jong. I know that name caused a lot of PTSD for United fans. A man who we had the weirdest ever transfer saga with. Even in my opinion, worse than Jadon Sancho's. Apparently, remember Gerard Romero, guys? Remember him? Oh, I find it hilarious, chat. I remember him breaking that news. I was like having dinner, was having my dessert, seeing that and just going insane. Because overnight, like that, Frenkie de Jong had been brought in, and oh my god, everyone got so excited. Everything had happened all at once, and then Schrager comes out and says no. Frenkie de Jong is not someone we're even pursuing at the moment. And then we had this really long-winded transfer where we agreed a fee for him. Then we don't really agree wages, but we sort of agree wages. And then he has wages unpaid to him because Barcelona are being cheap. Look, it didn't make a lot of sense at the time, and it still doesn't really now. We might just be back in for him for round 2. Frenkie de Jong and Barcelona versus Manchester United. Let me know right now, chat. Is he someone who you would want to bring in to our football club? Let me know. Let me know. Just drop these players that won't leave. I mean, yes, but then you don't have a squad because we have to sell to buy, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. You can't. You don't know. I'll talk about that more later. And chat, if you're excited to talk about Frenkie de Jong, excited to talk about Andre, excited to talk about Sofiane Amrabat and so much more, as well as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Mazraoui, Denzel Dumfries, Matista Licks, then hit the like button. We're 8 likes away from 30 likes. Make sure you show your support in the chat down below. This is going to be the worst transfer window ever. It's appalling. Wait, my friend. Malps, have patience. Have patience. All I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. Oh, sorry. Having apple juice, chat. Apologies. But shall we look at Frenkie de Jong, chat? Shall we have a little look at Frenkie de Jong? Here we go. Michael Plan 82 at Mank World UK says Manchester United have approached Barcelona over the possibility of signing Frenkie de Jong this summer. United are open to completing a deal for de Jong if a fee around the 30 million mark, 40 million pound mark can be agreed. Chat, straight up, first and foremost, not happening. Not happening. I'm going to sort of quell any happiness, quell any excitement, quell any optimism. If we sign Frenkie de Jong for that price, laughable. Sorry, laughable deal. Absolutely laughable. It's not going to happen. It's a fantasy. It's a pipe dream. We've done it because Eric Ten Hag probably said, look, can we get this done? Is there any chance? His stock's gone down a little bit. And you know what? I reckon Frenkie de Jong could get done for 55, 60 million pounds. But he's not going to be worth 30, 40 million pounds. Not in our wildest dreams. Not a chance. Not a chance. If they know they're going to be picked, then why leave? Because they want to be picked more. They want to be picked more. So, what, Mike? What? Frenkie not a 6? No, I know. Look, a midfield of Frenkie de Jong, Kobbie Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes makes no sense to me. Makes absolutely no sense. That is a paper-mache midfield is what it is. One blow, one gust of wind, it falls over on its arse and gets ran through. Is what it is. Every bottom side in the league with big, powerful, opposing midfielders are looking at that midfield and licking their lips. Declan Rice sees that as lunch. As an appetizer. Rodri loves the idea of that. Chat, that is not a midfield that can work. We don't need him. We shouldn't want him. We shouldn't be going anywhere near that deal. Chat, let's get a poll going, shall we? Let's get a poll going. Would you bring Frenkie de Jong in this summer? Frenkie de Jong is a superb player. I'm not going to deny that. He's great with the ball at his feet. He can dictate tempo. He's got a wonderful wide range of passes. But off the ball, he can't cover ground. And we need that. If you watched it at all in pre-season, if you watched it at all last season, the whole point was Casemiro can't keep up. Sofiane Amrabat couldn't keep up. Toby Collier can keep up. That's important. He can keep up. He can cover the ground. He can get those interceptions. He can get all over the pitch. That's what he's good at. That's what he's good at. I think my feeling is that Frenkie de Jong can't. He's top with the ball at his feet. Not so good with the ball out of it. Look, it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame. 58% of you are saying no to me. He's a great player. He just doesn't suit our team. Arsenal, take him. Arsenal can have him. City would love to have him. Those sort of sides would adore having Frenkie de Jong. Not for me, though. Not for me. Another player who I feel very similarly about this is Martin Zubimendi. Not really linked to United in mainstream media, but I've heard a few rumblings from various places who I trust, who I know of, that we put in an offer of some sort to Zubimendi. Put in an offer. What that means, I don't know. I think it's very inconsequential now. Liverpool are moving forward on that deal, and that seems to be a done deal, or at least it's going to be one very, very soon. They're moving quickly. They're moving efficiently. That is a deal they want done. I think they're going to do a lot to get there. Look, that's something that I think is going to happen, chat. I think any Zubimendi fans in the chat, it's not happening. It's not likely. Yes, he's been linked a lot to Manchester United by all these reporters. He was certainly on the list, which is why I think an offer went in. But look, no. It's not happening, chat. It's not happening. He also wouldn't work. He also wouldn't work. It's the same thing as Frenkie de Jong. Great on the ball. Would love him for those reasons. Off the ball, which is so important in a Manchester United Erik ten Hag system. No. He's not got the legs. He's not got the physical profile. He does not work for me. For me, Frenkie de Jong is in the past. De Jong likes playing the UCL. He does, and I don't think he'd come. I don't think he'd come yet, to be honest. Do not think he'd come. Frenkie, Casemiro, and Bruno, that would be class. Chat. Do you think a 2024 version of Casemiro, Frenkie de Jong, and Bruno Fernandes would work? That would be a very dysfunctional midfield. Not a chance would that work. Not a chance. Not a chance. De Jong wouldn't survive the Premier League. He would. He would. Just not on our team. Not on our team. Perfect 6 is João Palhinha. We need that type of hunting dog at our 6. No, he's gone to Bayern Munich, mate, unfortunately. Not happening. I get what you mean, but no. I got what you mean, but no. Collier starts Community Shield. I agree. I think he should, my friend. I think he should. Edison from Atalanta would be class. Reminds me a bit of young Casemiro. I haven't watched enough of him. I know other big United fan channels like Mark Goldbridge. They adore him. They adore Edison. But look, I don't love him. I don't love him. I believe Jim Ratcliffe pay structure is the reason why deals are still pending. Occasion, mate? No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm going to speak about... I'll speak about the sort of deal situation and why our transfer window is sort of slowing down, it's stalling in a second. I will be engaging in quite a debate, I feel, with you lot over this. All around the Wan-Bissaka deal, Victor Lindelof and Casemiro as well. I'll be playing the defender for INEOS Day. Stick about if you're excited for that. And chat, with 4 likes away from 30 likes, show your support on the stream. We're trying to hit 40 likes today. Let's hit 30 first, chat. Let's hit 30 first. Frankie and his missus both love the sunshine. They do. They do. Other names that have been thrown out, which are interesting to say the least. Andre and João Gomez. Ben Jacobs says, Wolves, João Gomez and Fluminense's Andre are 2 midfielders Manchester United still appreciate. Gomez is valued by Wolves at £60 million plus. And Andre is available for under £30 million. Chat, already, João Gomez, not happening. From that report alone, £60 million. We're not paying that for Agate. We're not paying that for João Gomez. Trust me. Andre available for under £30 million. A deal that I could see happening more than João Gomez. Again, TalkSport came out to say something about him. Let me find that. Here we go. It is possible that Manchester United could enter the race to sign Fluminense midfielder Andre. Fulham have offered £20 million, £25 million, which have been rejected by Fluminense, and their pursuit can now be complicated by United's interest. Chat, let me talk to you about this. Let me talk to you. When I look at that, when I look at this, I laugh. I laugh because it's so vague. I think Ben Jacobs is right. I think TalkSport are right. He is on the list. But the reporting, the actual news itself is very vague. It's very ambiguous. It's very unconcrete, if that's it. It's very slippery. That's the opposite of concrete. There's not a lot of substance there. Look, we're linked to them. I think we are looking at them, but they're not a concrete target yet. Could that change in an instant? Yes. I think we're surveying all the options. We're adding up all the probabilities, ticking all our T's, dotting the I's, trying to think about what makes the most sense for Manchester United, but I don't think it's happening else. Yeah. Look, anyone tells you we've decided a number one midfield target, it's not happening. That's why I would rank every single midfielder being linked to us at the moment, apart from Sander Berge and Rabiot, as a C- chance of coming to United. Because at the moment, no one knows. It could be any of them. Genuinely, we could decide today, look, let's go to Andre. We make our first bid and we negotiate, we wear them down. That could happen very easily. Very easily. I just don't really see... Look, I don't see it being a particularly likely thing happening at the moment. I don't see it being that likely, unfortunately. Let's wait it out. Let's see what happens. But a lot of it is agent talk. A lot of it is intermediaries offering their players to United, going, please sign our player. We want the agent commission. They're a really good player, but we want our money. Come on, just sign our player. Sign our player. That is what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now. The best option is Ugarte, mate. I hope United could somehow get it done. Not for £60 million. Not for that much money. Not that much money. We need to bring Gorridge on the channel soon, pal. Pretty soon he'll be down for that as well. Would love him to be on the channel. Would love him to. I'd love to have a good chat with him. I'd love to. I'd love to. We've gone from Neves to Ugarte to Berge. But he's not... Oh, brother. Okay. You know what? I'm going to hold off on talking about that. I'll be talking about that in a second. Don't know anything about Andre. I know he's great on Football Manager. That's what I know. That's what I know. I think he's great. If Berge was good, why didn't Company take him to Bayern? He went for Palhinha instead. Because Palhinha is a better player than Berge. But Palhinha isn't on the market. And they're also very different profiles, I might add, mate. They're very different profiles. Palhinha is good enough to start for Bayern Munich. Berge is good enough to start as a rotation piece for Bayern Munich, for Manchester United. That is what Sander Berge can do. That is what he's good at. Collier is not overrated, but don't expect the same growth of Manu from him. It can't be replicated that easy. Take it easy on Collier. United India, mate, you're spot on, my friend. You are spot on. But chat, shall we move on to the outgoings and the sort of quite negative talk about that. Spoken about midfielders. We'll come back to it in a bit, maybe. We'll come back to it in a bit. But there have been a few reports in the last few days speaking about outgoings and how difficult it has been, mainly coming from Telegraph Ducker. Mainly where it's coming from. He says Man United had hoped to sell Casemiro this summer to help fund a move for a new number 6. But as things stand, there's yet to be any takers for the Brazilian. Remember, Ducker, huge club mouthpiece. This to me is the club saying, look, Ducker, any journalist, help us out here. People are saying, we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. It's our fault. We are slowing our window down on purpose. And the club is saying, no, there's no suitors for Casemiro. How can we sell a player without any takers? Saudi Arabia, the people who the Glazers have been banking on to sign them in a few years' time, no longer want him. Because they're interested in young, upcoming players to improve the ceiling of their league, not just bring in name value. Again, we're talking about Victor Lindelof next. There's been tentative interest from Italy and Turkey in Victor Lindelof, but his wages are an obstacle for suitors. Look at the wording of this tweet. Look at the wording. Tentative interest. Do you think that's strong? It's the opposite of it. No one really wants Lindelof. I thought it was more certain than that. Turkish sources were coming about it. But the second they start talking about wages, I think a fee is pretty easy to agree. What that says to me, a fee is pretty easy to agree. Not the difficult part. The wages. That is the obstacle. That is the big thing. That is the big thing at Manchester United. The Glazers have paid our players too much, far too long. And we've taken our medicine now and we can't move players on because of it. That's the issue. That's the issue. And the big one, the one stopping us signing Mazraoui and maybe moving us on to talk about Denzel Dumfries, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not going to West Ham because of wages and needing to be paid off. He's looking for a big payoff. He's looking for £8 million according to strong West Ham sources. That is the feeling at the moment. In fact, McGrath Mike, a good Newcastle source, said it has not been possible for West Ham to thrash out a deal for Adrien Wan-Bissaka. Kieran Trippier is now on their radar for the right-back position. They might be moving on. Despite some C reports this morning, last night it was known that Adrien Wan-Bissaka was no longer a strong target for West Ham United. And chat, everyone's asking me now, are you still feeling positive about this window? Just curious to know, says Z. Players too comfortable on good wages will never just leave. Alex King, I agree with you. Kadali says, very hard to watch Man United flop. Luke Shaw, Harry, Anthony Sancho, Mason Mount, Casemiro, Andre Onana. Good God. Dylan McBennett, all my homies hate Frenkie de Jong. How you doing, Dylan, mate? How you doing, pal? You doing good, mate? You doing good? I hope you're doing good, mate. But chat, let me talk about the reaction to this. Because ever since the Adrien Wan-Bissaka news has been announced, ever since Victor Lindelof has been told about tentative talks, ever since Casemiro no longer has any suitors, the former world-class number 6 from Real Madrid is no longer wanted by any club in world football. Our inability to sell this deadwood has caused quite a stir from online fans, from fans everywhere. Prominent news outlets, prominent fan pages have been gunning for INEOS' throats. Scott McTominay, Casemiro, Victor Lindelof, Adrien Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Jadon Malik Sancho are these deadwood which we're unable to sell. And a growing portion of the Manchester United fan base, even some of our leading voices, are beginning to sort of interrogate and question INEOS, saying they're setting us up to fail. What are INEOS doing? Are they doing anything? Are they just Glazers 2.0? They're crying and moaning constantly that we're not doing anything. And to be honest, I don't blame you. If you're in my chat doing that, people in my chat say this sort of stuff. But I don't blame you at all. Because Manchester United fans have been in and locked in a toxic relationship with the Glazers since 2005. It started off well with our honeymoon phase with Sir Alex Ferguson, but that was just an illusion. Hiding the Glazers' true colours is always nice at the start of a relationship. It's always lovely, it's always blossoming, it's always blooming. It's like a Disney movie. Sir Alex Ferguson won us title after title. He won us a Champions League, even when we sold Cristiano Ronaldo, and our replacements were what? Michael Owen, Antonio Valencia. That's all it was. The signs were there, but Sir Alex Ferguson patched up the cracks. It was, very simply, the honeymoon phase. But ever since Fergie left in 2013, Manchester United fans have been conditioned to the most appalling behaviour. The Glazers act recklessly, narrow-mindedly, abusive, ignorant of us, ignorant of their partners, ignorant of the Manchester United fan base. They act in a very short-term mindset. They act rash. Not with much sort of cohesive thought, not with much logic either. They ran this football club as a business. It was a toxic relationship from the start, taking out dividend after dividend after dividend. And we've been conditioned that every sort of decision taken by the owners is negative, that it's short-termed. The biggest club in the world, Manchester United, our stadium is constantly laughed at, jeered at. Old Trafford is falling down. That is a chant that regularly is chanted by away fans visiting the Theatre of Dreams, the best ground in world football. Countless transfer mishaps, overpaying, not getting it done, either or, never really finding a median, never paying the right price, not being able to sell players, offering players ridiculous wages, leaving Phil Jones to stay on at the club for much longer than he should have done. Great servant to the club. Why was he still here in 2022? And most of all, there was a refusal to listen to us fans, their partners, the people who care for the club most. We should be the most important people in the club, and we were ignored. And that's why I don't blame fans for believing that every decision INEOS are making is a 6-minute decision. We're only looking 6 minutes into the future, 6 seconds into the future. They don't care about us. I can see why you would think that about INEOS, because the Glazers have conditioned you to do so. But INEOS are in here for a project. They're not businessmen. They're football people. Best in class. Every decision is not thinking, 6 minutes into the future? Not 6 days, not 6 hours even, not 6 months. 6 years into the future, every decision is being made. That's why when we're not selling players at a cut price, not selling Wan-Bissaka for £5 million and giving him all the money he wants, not selling Victor Lindelof for £5 million just so the clubs can afford a wage, not selling Scott McTominay on for £15 million, a player who scored what? Double digits goals? Non-penalty goals last season? For midfield? That is insane. We're not selling him for £10 million because that is Glazer-nomics. That is what we were forced to do by the Glazers for so long. For so long. And it's changing now. And it's changing now because we're thinking ahead. We're thinking smart. We're being looked after by INEOS. This is no longer a toxic relationship, chat. It's no longer. It's a healthy relationship with Manchester United. And we have to trust them. Let's see what you're not saying about that. Anyone agree with me? Anyone agree with me? Or am I waffling? Am I waffling? Let me know, chat. Let me know. Open heart surgery was needed. We're just having it to plaster up to cover the damage. It is open heart surgery. Manchester United fans' hearts are broken, mate. They're broken. And we're just fixing it now. We're just fixing it. But we can't do it all at once. A surgery can't just happen like that. It's not a 1 hour procedure. It's a 24, 36 hour procedure. It takes time. Disagree, Alex, or have you not heard some of the fans speak? The club should definitely not listen to fans. Let's say that it's like fix Old Trafford. Take us into consideration. Look after the fans. That is the issue with the Glazers. They didn't look after us. United Indian, spot on, Alex. That's why I'm asking everyone to have faith. Malps, Joel Marman, people like that in my chat who I know are listening to me, who I know are here. Do you disagree with me? You lot are huge sort of provocators in this chat of that. We're not doing enough. We need to be doing more. You're huge on that side. Let me know. It's fair to say INEOS scammed us. They haven't, seen, mate. Have you listened to a word I've said? They're building trust. Sergeant Ratcliffe said himself, they're going to be making decisions that aren't going to be liked. They're not going to be likeable decisions. They're not going to be loved for it. They're not going to be hailed for it. But at the end of the day, it's what's right for the club. It's right for the long-term future to get us back on top. Malps, anyone confident here will beat City? No, mate. I'm not, but I want to see an improvement. I want to see us play well, play with bravery. It takes time, I get it. Thank you, Malps. Thank you. That's why this window may suck. It may not be great for now, but it will come good eventually. Trust me, chat. Oh, no, not really. Yeah. Fair enough, chat. Fair enough. Is anyone here confident for the City game? What is it? Is it this Saturday? Is it this Saturday, which scares me a little bit, to be honest. Scares me a little bit. I'm intrigued. I'm excited, but a tad scared. Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw doubts for Saturday. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh, we never make it easy on ourselves, do we? We never make it easy on ourselves. But shall we have a little bit of a chat about the Wan-Bissaka deal, shall we? Shall we have a little bit of a chat about it? Sam C reports, despite Fabrizio Romano saying a few days ago that a here we go was imminent in the next few days, that it was coming soon. Well, there's been a bit of pessimism in the last few days. Certain sources saying, look, there's not a high likelihood of it happening. That Wan-Bissaka wants more money. He wants to be paid off by the club. Samsung report said just this morning that Wan-Bissaka's move to West Ham isn't completely off yet. Wan-Bissaka is expecting a big payoff from United to leave, and United are willing to pay a significant sum to get him off the cards. And if you saw the reaction on the timeline yesterday, how upset everyone was, because there was news, not verified by any big source, by any United source, the deal was off completely. Well, I urge people, have patience, wait it out. But the reaction was nuclear. Gunning for INEOS, gunning for Ratcliffe, gunning for Brailsford, gunning for Ashworth. This stuff takes time. Morning, LA, mate. How you doing? Good? You doing good? Oh, chat, if you haven't seen it, go check out the Attacking Football live stream done recently. LA was hosting. It's a great stream. Really was rather good. With the Muppeteers and Ollie was right. Go make sure you check that out. Really, really, really fantastic show. Really fantastic. It was your deal. We ran out of money. We've known for a while now, chat. We had to sell to buy. To get Mazraoui in, we have to sell Wan-Bissaka. And chat, are you how are you feeling about Wan-Bissaka? If we can't sell him, would you swap him to 1 second. 1 second, chat. Stick with me. Stick with me. If we couldn't swap Wan-Bissaka, if we couldn't sell Wan-Bissaka to West Ham, and we had to bring in Denzel Dumfries instead, that is the move that seems on the cards. David Ornstein made that report very recently, saying that, look, Denzel Dumfries is not willing to sign a new contract at Inter Milan till after the transfer window. He is waiting for Manchester United. He is keen to join. That is what he's waiting for. That is what he's waiting for. Let me know. Who would you rather bring in, Denzel Dumfries or Mazraoui? Let me know, chat. Those seem to be the two names we're looking for at the moment. If Inter Milan are willing to swap, which they seem to be, and Wan-Bissaka wants that move, chat, let me know. Is that something you want? Is that something you want? Palace would have him back in a heartbeat, or they could pay up. They could pay up, to be honest. They could very happily pay up. I'd love that. But no, they're not. They wouldn't do it in a heartbeat. They haven't even shown any interest this window. They've shown no interest. No player has their heart out for United. Don't do that. He's out Spider-Man. And Wan-Bissaka demanding money. He's not needed here for our attacking fullback. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. I agree with you. We can't sell, but Kurt Zuma's going to Saudi. Because Kurt Zuma has something to offer, brother. He has something to offer. He has something to offer. He has something to offer. But the Mazraoui deal, let's do a little bit whistle-stop tour of that. There's not much to talk about. We put in an offer for Matthijs de Ligt and Mazraoui very recently, which got turned down, much to the amusement of Manchester United officials and the agents of Mazraoui and de Ligt. Santi reported that Mazraoui to United is almost a done deal. Bayern Munich have authorised the defender to join United. He will fly to by private jet in the next days. If nothing changes, Mazraoui will have his medical on Tuesday. Chat, it is Thursday. I love Santi to bits. I think he is a phenomenal journalist. I think he's been on top this summer. He's obviously got this wrong. I think he predicted the Wan-Bissaka deal to be done by now. Look, when the Wan-Bissaka deal is done, Mazraoui will go to Manchester United. But it needs to happen. He needs to get through. He needs to get through. Bayern are playing hardball as per. I agree with you, mate. They are playing hardball. They are playing hardball. They are. The de Ligt deal as well. I mean, there's not really much on that at the moment. Fabrizio Romano is sort of reporting the same sort of idea. Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui are both expected to join Manchester United this summer. Bayern Munich wants a package of around £60 million for the two players. United wants to pay less. Talks ongoing. Again, it's the same idea being purported by the media. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. We're waiting for the price to go down. We're waiting to sell players. Then we will make our move. I believe a deal in principle between Bayern Munich and Jonathan Tah is in place. That is sort of set in stone. They need to sell de Ligt, though. They need to sell de Ligt to get that deal done. And they're going to become increasingly more and more frustrated if they can't get it done. If they can't get it done. But chat, let's ask you lot another poll. Will Wan-Bissaka... Oh, God, 1 second. Shh. There we go. Will Wan-Bissaka leave Manchester United this summer? Let's ask you lot. Let's ask you lot. To me, I think he does. In some way, shape or form, I think he does. And on top of that, after you voted on that, if you can vote on that, you can let me know down below. Would you rather sell Wan-Bissaka and bring in Mazraoui? Or would you rather swap Wan-Bissaka for Denzel Dumfries? Mazraoui, the man who can play at right back and left back, invert in the inside. He is a great player down both wings. Sure, is he a bit injury prone? Yes. Does he have that versatility? Yes. Has he played under Erik ten Hag before? Yes. Erik ten Hag will know how to use him. Or do you go after Denzel Dumfries, a man who was rumoured to swap with Diogo Dalot very recently? Laurie Whitwell said that a while back. He is a great player in and around the final third. He is a monster, a physical specimen. He's rapid, he's strong, he can get the ball up in the air. That is what he's great at. which one would you rather have at Manchester United Football Club? Let me know. Let me know. Dylan McBennett knows ball. Of course he does, mate. Of course Dylan knows ball. Of course he does. What's he said? What's Dylan said? Can't say. Why are we so slow compared to everyone else? We seem to have got through 5 stages, then nothing. What do you mean compared to everyone else? What have Liverpool done? What have Liverpool done? What have Arsenal done this window? Chelsea don't count. I don't count Chelsea. What have City done? Spurs, I'll give you that. Spurs are moving well. But apart from that, who else is moving well this window? Let me know. Let me know. I think it's outrageous they compare to everyone else when no one's really doing much, to be honest. No one really is doing much. Dan Mazungu says, do you realise people are getting angry at the owners, the recruitment staff, negotiating staff, not being able to sell players? Very basic, just to blame it all on the owners. Blame it on the Glazers. They gave them these ridiculous contracts. They signed Casemiro on this huge deal when it was sort of quite predictable he was going to run out physically at some point. They banked all their chips on Saudi Arabia, still being desperate for big name signs all those years ago. And guess what? It didn't come to fruition. It didn't come to fruition. Look, that's just the issue. He's injury prone, but we aren't going to use him for 60 games. We're very good bench option. You know what? I agree with you there, mate. I agree with you. Is Berge any good? I think he's top. I think he's a good squad player who has a role to play at a Premier League club. A top 6 Premier League club, sorry. Not just like a West Ham or something like that. No. Manchester United, he can play a role at. But we need it though. We do need it. But good things take time. Patience is a virtue. Good things come to those who wait. Those aren't just sayings. Those are rules to live by. There's a reason they're constantly said to people. Because it's true. You can't have everything all at once. You have to take your medicine. Don't have your cake all at once. Take your time. It's because they're negotiating / dealing with us. That's why, Adam, you've hit the nail on the head. Because we're Manchester United, everyone takes their pick with us. They take the mick out of us. It's what they do. And that's the perception we're trying to change. Years of Woodward. Years of Joel Glazer, Abraham Glazer. Treating United like a big game of Football Manager. Like a big game. No longer, guys. No longer. No longer. We've done good, but we can't sell. That's the only problem. Villa won this summer. Villa are a very good team. And got a very good recruitment staff. And I think as are better, but they have a better reputation in the market. They've done their stuff very swiftly. Props to them. Props to them. They've done very well. Only Villa and Spurs are making progress this window. So far, chat, we've still got a few weeks left for the transfer window. I expect things to heat up very, very soon. Stay tuned, chat. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Couple more minutes left, chat. Give me your any thoughts and opinions on this window. Do you think it's been boring? Do you think it's been exciting? What deal do you expect us to get over the line next? Leave me your opinions in the chat down below. Give me your opinions in the chat down below. Let me know. If you don't think INEOS were going to come in and undo 19 years of Glazer idiocy, then you deserve the disappointment you're feeling. LA, you're right, mate. You're right. Not going to call the chat idiots. Not going to call the chat idiots, but no, you are right. You are right. Not everything can change like that, chat. Not everything can change like that. Things take time. Let me know any last opinions. Any last opinions. Deadline day will be hectic. I really hope we get our deals done before deadline day. I really hope. I used to love staying up as a kid, watching it. I remember watching Mesut Ozil go to Arsenal. I remember that. What else do I remember? Edison Cavani going to United. God, deadline day deals. When was the last time we made one of those? Was that Ahmad? Was Ahmad a deadline day deal? Pellistri as well? I tried to remember. When was our last proper hectic deadline day deal? I'm trying to remember, chat. I actually escapes me a little bit. Arsenal in January, yeah. That was something. Trying to remember, chat. Trying to remember. Anyway, last 3 seconds of the stream. Let me know any last thoughts, any last opinions before I end the stream. Let me know, chat. Let me know. We all want about 10 to 13 players out. You can't get rid of all of them and expect them to replace them in one summer, especially with finances and the recruitment and the wages they're on and the way we have shot ourselves with a foot by the Glazers time and time again. Things take time, chat. Things take time. And chat, if you're still with me in the stream and you haven't left yet and you haven't hit the like button, first of all, please hit the like button. That would mean the absolute world to me. But also make sure you smash the subscribe button as well. We're trying to grow the stream as much as humanly possible over the summer, getting ready for the season. I'm going to be bringing you so much content. Constant after the game updates, maybe even watch longs as well. You don't want to be missing a second of it. And chat, as per, I've been Alex at Alex Talks All. Thank you for joining me on the stream today. Please get at me on all my socials. Everything is at Alex Talks All. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. I am there. Make sure you go give me a follow on all of them. And as per, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well if you haven't already. And hit up at mufcMPB on X to never ever miss a piece of Manchester United news. I'll be here tomorrow at 11 AM, so do not miss a beat on any United news. I expect it to be a big one. I'll see all of you then. Bye-bye.